Our involvement for MOU matter for Edo State no be yeye, na to bring Ogbonge development come di state. Obaseki na him talk dis one. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki, when visit the Duport refinery on Monday for Edo State, talk say they happy to see the progress of work for the refinery as them don reach the testing phase and im government don witness another better progress. Obaseki come still talk say this project na the first for Naija and Africa when government go give full support. Obaseki when come still talk say the goal for this plant no be only to attract investors come the state, but for them to begin dey produce oil and gas locally for inside Edo and also help for the development for inside Naija. E come still talk say sake of this project, in few months, gas go dey cheaper.
Your project is the first of a kind, and that is one reason why we will give it 100% backing. This is perhaps the first energy park in Nigeria and the continent. What does this mean? It means that because of the benefit and advantage we have in Edo State to have onshore oil and gas production, we are now attracting investors to utilize that production locally. Our goal is that every drop of crude oil, every inch of gas that is produced in Edo State is used here for our national development rather than exporting it out. So the idea of this park where all the production from an adjoining oil gas field is brought in here. The oil is separated, the condensate is now refined into other products, diesel, DPK, naphtha, while the gas is stripped and used and processed for electricity generation and also for sale as CNG for use. This is quite significant because in a matter of a few months, we will have to deregulate, which means that gas will be cheaper for use than refined products. So we are very glad that our partners are thinking ahead already and that this facility will be ready by the grace of God before the end of the first quarter next year, and these products will be available.
Obaseki when talk say for many years, then they call am MOU government, but everything them don't put in place, they come to reality.
We are very excited. We are very pleased because all we have talked about, all we have dreamt about is becoming reality. For many years, they were calling us an MOU government. Now you can now see how these MOUs are coming into fruition.
A constant talk on the road matter say when the rain stop, them go begin work on them.
I have come in here today. I've seen things for myself. I've seen the state of the road infrastructure. We're here with some of our contractors and the commissioner for roads, and immediately the rains subside in the next few weeks, the contractors will come straight to site to begin to rehabilitate the roads.
Obaseki come talk say this new project, when them don't get new electricity plants, say government fit use and give license to people, make them become distributors of electricity. He come talk say im government go still join body with them for other areas when the state go need their help.
The other very unique feature of this facility is that they have now created a Tier 4 data center, one of the very few in Nigeria, here in this location. So they are not only in oil and gas, they're also in technology. This data center will be one of the most competitive because the energy required to power the data center is already here. What we as a government are going to do for you now is that as we expand fiber across the state, we'll commit to ensuring that we connect our fiber network to this location. We also want to inform you that Edo State now has electricity law, which creates for us an electricity market, which means that the government has the authority to give licenses to people who now want to do electricity business in Edo State. Now that you have capacity, I'll encourage you that you should look at expanding that capacity to the envisaged 50 megawatts and encourage distributors to come in and buy power from you so that we can sell electricity across, underserved areas. We are very interested in attracting investors to see communities like Obaseki, like Abudu, and the surrounding communities so that we can get these communities electrified as soon as possible and attract investors and investments into these areas. Once again, I want to congratulate you. Thank you for your courage. Only very courageous and passionate Nigerians, Africans can put their money and invest in ventures like this. On our part, we will be sensitizing the community, and we will, as a government, finalize our plans to design a whole new town around the oil and gas operations in this location, between Ogbonge and Obaseki and this facility. We will be designing a new town with all ultra-modern facilities. We'll be calling on you as our partners to work with us to see what our plans are for the adjoining communities, for the educational facilities in these communities. We have to jointly build the schools together and make sure we have quality teachers to provide quality education. Also, in terms of healthcare, we will share our plans with you so you can see which of these projects you can adopt so that we can support these communities, but more importantly, begin to ensure that we build manpower that will help you sustain these investments.
Akindele Akintoye, when be one of the representatives of Dupont Energy Plant, can talk say construction activities don dey on for 2 years now, and today na the day when them go test wetin dem don build and him go start to dey sell in few weeks. A constitute mouth for the scalable capacity of the plant.
Dupont Energy Park is a product of Dupont Midstream Company Limited, a midstream oil and gas company that benefited from both the federal government and state government's great policies. And that's why we've come to build this integrated energy park in Edo State. The activities on this site include refinery operations. We refine condensate crude in partnership with Summit Oil into naphtha, AGO, the DPK and HFO. We also, in partnership again with Summit, are able to then take the gas that are being fled and then dehydrate it, clean it, and compress it into natural gas for power, for home, and sell to everybody in Nigeria so that at least our national wealth becomes our common wealth. We also here have a power plant. As you can see, as you saw, we power ourselves here, taking the load off the grid. And the power also can also be exported, like we're planning to do with the state government as well to support some of the governance programs. And we have a tier 4 data center here, first of its type, modular as well. We've been doing construction activities for about 2.5, 3 years now. As you observed yourself, we're able to introduce nitrogen and carbon, hydrocarbon to the plant for the first time today. So we have started our test production. We've introduced it. This is a major achievement for us. And this has only happened because of the support of the government, the state government, our investors, Nigerian Content Development Board. I remember when we came to see the governor, we told you about the project, and also our bankers and investors. The engineers, as you can all see, are all local, and almost all our suppliers here are also local. We are very passionate about local content and community support. For us, it's the beginning of life, because we've spent 2-3 years getting ready. Now, as we start testing, hydrocarbon gas has been introduced right now, as you saw the gas. Later today, tomorrow, condensate will be introduced. And then we'll start commercial activities within a couple of days or weeks from this to start selling to people. You can imagine the impact of this on the community when products that are scarce or expensive, like kerosene, like the diesel, cannot be bought locally here. So there's no cost of transportation, no cost of storage at the port, all those taxes associated with it. We expect people to sell below market in terms of those savings, pass those savings on to people in those states. We are really happy that the governor decided to surprise us by coming through today. We're just coming here to do our thing, and we're happy to have him, having been an excellent champion of innovation, an excellent champion of also local content. Matter of fact, last week at the event in Lagos State, when they were showing our project, I realized they didn't even have current pictures. So I was also happy that the governor can see that the work has gone beyond what a lot of people know. What we built is a modular, scalable facility. I'll start with the nameplate capacities. We've built the infrastructure for a 10,000 barrel per day refinery, a 50 megawatt plant, a 60 million scof gas operation, and a up to 100 rack data center. However, our starting capacity is 2,500 barrels of refining capacity, is 5 megawatts of power capacity, is 40 million scof of gas capacity, and the 10 rack data center. That's the starting capacity.
Omo Aluke Ajakaye, TMC TV News. No forget your PVC na be your power. No sell I'm giving a politician an election day.